Here we go. Hello, my friends. Welcome to another live episode. I'm so excited to be here with you guys tonight because if it's one thing I'm a big fan of is YouTube. Are you ready to revolutionize your YouTube channel? Join us as we unlock the untapped power of AI, transforming your video titles, your descriptions, your tags, and more. So brace yourself for a game-changing journey that will take your YouTube channel to new heights.
And we'd love to welcome you to Content Creators Connect. Here we're all about encouraging the 3 C's: connecting with others via video, content development that builds your personal brand, and creators sharing their experiences despite their distance.
And the C3 team member leading this evening is Manny, this guy right over here, also known as Coach Manny. He is coaching us up in the world of social media marketing as well as pursuing his passion for streaming true crime.
My friends, let me ask you, how do you think AI is reshaping the landscape of content creation? We'll start with you, Kevin. What do you think?
It's making a huge impact. It's helping me so much with content creation, as well as the small tasks, and allowing me to be more creative, which I absolutely love. From Chat GPT to Canva to all sorts of different applications out there, there's just more to discover each day. So I'm looking forward to seeing what else you are going to be presenting tonight, Manny. I'm so excited. And Dory, what about you? How has AI changed your content creation process?
Well, it has helped me personally in like uncountable, is that a word? Uncountable ways. So content ideas, image creation, video descriptions. I really feel like we are literally just scraping the surface of what is possible. And I'm really excited, Manny, to hear what you have to say, because AI can be used in my daily 9 to 5 for my education purposes. It can be used for my passion of streaming. It can also be used, and I have been using it, for my side passion hobby, aka my D&D, with the image creation and so many ideas for even just creating characters. Oh my God, It is so amazing. And I have to say, Anna is here. Happy Thanksgiving, Anna. Um, so, like I said, I really think it is just scraping the surface of what is possible. And if this groundbreaking type of content is what you would like to see more of, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell. Ding, ding, ding. That way you get notified whenever we go live.
Thank you, my friends. I'm so excited to be here tonight. I'm sharing with you something that I do all the time with my clients now because it's gotten that much more easier, more simpler, more creative juices get to be flowing, as I like to refer to it as. And uh, I'm telling you what Kevin and Dory shared about AI for content. They are so right. And Dory touched on it. We haven't even touched the surface. We haven't even come close to the tipping point. As one friend like describes it to me, this is like the internet all over again when it started to become a big deal early on before I had, internet, right? Because I was always late to the party and stuff like that. And so that's what I am finding with this. Because I remember when I first learned about using, I'm gonna just refer to it as AI for content creation. Let me tell you, once upon a time, whenever I would create a blog post, yeah, I used to be that blogger and I would blog a lot, it would take me days. I'm not even exaggerating because I would have to write it. That alone took me forever. And proofread it. That alone took me forever. I would start it, get back to it days later. But now it is so much easier thanks to AI to create content. And so in today's video, I want to share with you what I do to come up with titles, what I do to come up with description, what I do to come up with YouTube tags, and what I use to make sure that if I'm emailing someone and I want to come across as professional, what do I do? I don't want to do the heavy lifting. Okay. I already did all of that stuff, right? I want, anytime you can automate processes to make things simpler, isn't that the route to go? And so I want to dive into exactly what I do for my YouTube channel, for my clients' YouTube channels, whenever I'm training anyone on YouTube anymore, I share this with them because why should you spend so much time, giving yourself a headache basically when there's no need to reinvent the wheel anymore, my friends? Let's go ahead and dive into it. And so, what I want to share is how I use this process and how I use this. And so, what you're going to see is my tool. All right. Whether you use Chat GPT or you use Bard, right? Bard, is that what it's called? The Google one, whatever you use, right? You're still going to give it basically the same prompts. But not all responses will be the same. You can ask a prompt today and do it again later and might get a different answer because of all that it's cleaning off of the internet, off of the. I'm not going to act like I can describe where all this stuff comes from. Again, I'm not a techie, geeky type of guy. My friend, whenever I'm looking for someone, I say, get me the geek. He's an IT guy, and he's who I rely on. He's the one that helps me understand this stuff a little more. So what I'm sharing with you is just what I use firsthand to come up with content for myself, to come up with content for my clients, okay? And so it's almost kind of a little secret sauce, if I might say so myself, because again, I'm not reinventing the wheel, and I'm actually coming up with content I always wished I could write. Did you hear that? And coming up with content I always wished I could write. back in the day when I used to do a newsletter all the time, I would have to start from scratch on this newsletter, right? But I was giving results, I was doing everything, but there were certain key ways that I had always wished I could make it more of a storytelling format. Well, now I'm able to tell stories and I don't have to spend hours upon hours doing it. So let's go ahead and dive into it. When it comes to YouTube, if it's one thing that we know, titles matter, description matters, tags matter. And so I want to dive into what I do for to come up with these things, okay? And so when it comes to titles, number one, you need the title to be eye grabbing and eye catching. It has to be attention grabbing headlines, right? People get paid six figures to come up with titles for those magazines that you see right there at the checkout. People get paid a lot of money to come up with those titles. Okay. They are professionals. Well, I want to help you come up with titles and you're not going to get paid six figures, but my gosh, you don't have to pay someone six figures either. And you could come up with multiple options. That's what I love about it. So I'm gonna do a little comparison too for you. Okay. First, this is AI Video Suite. I get emails from JV. I can't remember Zoom, JV Zoo, or I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, JV Zoo or something like that. But I've made purchases in the past, so I get emails, right, selling me on stuff. So this was something else that was like, oh, Chat GPT Plus and add additions. So I paid for this software. One time purchase, okay? If you're still using Chat GPT, you use Chat GPT, okay? If you're not using Chat GPT, well, are you using Chat GPT at all? So whatever tool you're using, I have Chat GPT open here as well, as you can see it on the screen. So I have Chat GPT. I don't use it as much because I use the other one all the time, but you can put in these same prompts into Chat GPT. Let me tell you real quick, okay? This stuff you're going to have to pay for this stuff. It's going to be hard to keep getting all this stuff for free. The power behind this stuff, little by little, if you've been using this for a while, you already know some of the stuff that you were using, now you probably have to pay for, or it's limiting you how much you can use it. This was one of my purchases so that I can keep using it and not have so much limitations. There's actually another one I'm probably going to be paying for here soon too, because once they start putting on those limitations, this has become your tool, right? And so whenever I have to come up with a title, I take different approaches. One of the approaches that I take, if I am taking an article, I might do, let's say I'm going to share this with you. Let's talk about, let's see, what is today? November 26th. Today is a Sunday. Okay, let's news on Sunday today. I'm just throwing something out there. I don't know why that popped in my head. So I can take something from here, right? And without reinventing the wheel, I'm actually looking for an article. Okay. News, let's see, Sports Sunday. Let's just go to Sports Sunday, right? Let's do some sports. So I'm just gonna grab something. It doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to show you as an example. Okay, this is a great one. Let's say that I'm into sports. I'm a sportscaster. I'm going to talk about this article, but I don't want to read that article, right? That's their article, right? So first, maybe I want to come up with a title. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy that. I'm going to go over to my tool and I'm going to put that in there, but I'm going to go back to the beginning and I'm going to add a prompt. What do I want it to do for me? Okay, so I'm going to put, write me 10 YouTube titles from this. Okay. And then I'm going to generate it. All right. It's going to give me 10 YouTube titles. I can ask for 20. I can ask for 30. It will give me, I don't even know what the max is, to be completely honest with you, but I can do a lot more than 10. But do I really need more than 10 options to make me more confused? I don't think so, right? And so, boom, right out of the gate, it's given me 10 options for me to show. I don't know what that said, right? We're already a month and let me say finish, right? It gave me 10 options. These are 10 options that they believe will help you be a little more attention grabbing headline. You know, you can see some of the key words, right? Surprising leaders. That's a ear catching word, right? Strategy, right? DFS. If you're a sports fan, you might know what that means. I don't know what that is, but you might know what that means. Obviously, it's somewhere in there going to say NBA. It's saying it, right? So it's already given me all these rising to stardom. So I can use any of that right away. I got 10. All of these are great YouTube titles. Let me show you something. And this is something else. This is part of my optimization process as well. Okay. I am going to go to YouTube. Give me a second here. I'll share this tab here. Let me go to a video real quick and just share with you something. Let's see here. Okay. So now you can see here on here, this is vidIQ extension, get AI title recommendations. It's an extension that I use. I can do that. It's going to give me a bunch of options as well. And some of these are very similar to that. Very similar to some of the options that I just got from the AI, right? Now, vidIQ, you've heard me talk about that multiple times on this channel. You might be using vidIQ or you might be using TubeBuddy. I still use vidIQ even though I use all this AI stuff. But here's the reason. What is vidIQ using? AI stuff, right? It's still using AI stuff to give you the prompts, to give you the responses. So no matter where you're getting it from, you got to know what to ask it in order to get the right content. Okay. So going back to this, all right, I'm going to just refresh this page. Okay. And just sticking with that. Now, okay, so I got a whole bunch of titles. I can type in a bunch of stuff and ask for titles. This time, I'm not going to ask for titles. This time, write me a YouTube description with emojis that is optimized from this. Let's see what it generates. I'm seeing this for the first time with you guys. I don't know. It might give me an error. I don't know what it's going to tell me, right? So we're doing this together. So let's see what it's going to tell us in the description. Now, this YouTube description, right? I just want to copy and paste it, but here's the truth. Here's the truth. Always proof everything you get, because not everything is accurate. Okay. This only goes to like September, the end of 2021. So you can tell it's catching up a little bit, but it's not going to give you all 100% accurate information. I'm going to tell you that right now. So do not expect for it to do everything for you and you just copy and paste, because I can guarantee you it's going to give you stuff that you won't be feeding, right? So now it gave me, now it's get ready for the latest NBA DFS strategies as we dive into the action-packed season. It sounds enticing. It sounds attention grabbing. It sounds exciting, right? That's what I want it to be if this is what my content is. And so it's using emojis. And let's be real, emojis can help brighten things up, can really help bring it out a little bit more, add a little more character to that content. And so if I don't like this, just like in ChatGPT, you can regenerate the content. Okay. So that will make it easier if you want to, as you can see, welcome to our YouTube channel dedicated to NBA. And so let me tell you, I do this for the cooking show that I run. She tells me what they're doing. I say, write me a YouTube description for this recipe. Okay. For my video today. And then it's going to pop out some great content, but not everything I'm going to use. I have to go back and I have to put in where it makes sense. Okay, welcome to Cooking with Nancy O, where you'll find, and then the recipe. It even adds adjectives. Hopefully, the teacher's saying, yep, he used the right terminology there. But, it's going to help you have the right adjective to put in there with it to spice it up, to beef it up. And so your content can really stand out and you don't have to do all the heavy lifting. It's doing it. You have to oversee the project. You have to make sure it's all in the right places. It makes sense. It fits your brand. It fits the way you come across. It fits you and your personality. Right? So you want to make sure that, because when you give it a prompt, you can tell it how you want it to look, how you want it to sound. Sometimes I'll say, write me an article from I'll say, write me a story from this, and I'll copy and paste the article. And then maybe it'll give me 600 words. And I'll say, give me 100, give me 1,000 words. It will give me more content. Right? Because sometimes I'm using it to create my script, right? I have to get better at reading these things because I'm getting more natural. And why do I use a script? You've heard me say before, don't use a script. Well, now I'm telling a story. I'm not just using bullet points where I can easily educate and run with. Now I'm telling a story and I don't want to miss pieces of it, but I have to make it sound authentic and real. Right now, I'm not using any bullet points. I'm not using a script at all, right? I'm sharing with you what I do. That's easy. I don't need a whole bunch of things to prep for this, right? So where your audience is, where you're at, that's where you're at. And you go from there. And so here you're at. You're learning how to create content on the fly in a matter of minutes. We're not done yet though. What about hashtags, right? Do you use hashtags? Every single piece of content, I always put at least a few hashtags. Because hashtags, I know for one, I still use hashtags to search. So I know people still use it to search, especially on Twitter, especially on YouTube. I use it all the time on YouTube, all the time. And so is it as important? Is YouTube value the same as Twitter? You know what? Each platform serves differently. One thing I have learned, Twitter is great for true crime, but maybe not so much for IT. So, little by little, you learn these things when you're diving deeper into it. But there's always someone that can make a platform work. So as you're diving into this, tell it to give me 10, 16, 20 hashtags, and then you can pick and choose. So now let's dive into tags, YouTube tags. And so with YouTube tags, let me switch the account here. With YouTube tags, here's why that is still relevant. When you do a search, YouTube is going to send out the web crawlers, and part of it is, what do we want to identify their search? That can help tell by the tags. If you have a huge presence, maybe not as important. You're going to get a lot of viewers. You're going to get YouTube that's going to say, okay, there's a lot of engagement. Keep showing it to more people. And so this is key in that whole process. All right. So I want to share with you on this. Let's see here. Okay. This is our C3 page. And as you can see, we do a lot of lives. And on these lives, you got your titles. Again, you can get you can see vidIQ, the AI portions already prompted me to say, hey, you got 6 credits. I'm a pro member. I pay $10 every month for vidIQ. If I pay $50 a month, I probably get unlimited search, title recommendations. Why do I have to pay $50 a month though, right? I'm already getting unlimited with my one-time purchase. That's why be careful how soon you'll throw money into something, because there are tools out there. That's why you want to follow. Anytime Kevin on right here with C3 is doing a stream, you know it's going to save you money. So I would definitely be checking out all the content he puts out there before you make any purchase. But that's part of this, right? Saving, learning, growing. And so we're talking about tags. Tags are key. Now, if you are, let's say, Stream Deck multi-action wizardry, right? That was Dory's last week on her content. Okay, so let's see what it tells us here. We're gonna get away from the NBA stuff and get techie. Use this tab. Hold on one second. I'm still over there. Stream
Yes,
Deck
get
multi-action.
techie.
Okay. Okay. So Stream Deck wizardry. Okay. Let's make sure we forget. YouTube tags for my YouTube video today about Stream Deck and being a wizard at it. Let's see what it tells us. Now, notice how I put this search in. I want to show you what will happen. You gotta sometimes really know what you're wanting it to do. So watch what's going to happen here. It's going to number them. Notice how it numbered it and it made it into a hashtag. I gotta be a little more specific. Okay. So write me 20 tags with comma separated value for my YouTube, for my video about do not include hashtags. Let's see what it does this time. Now, those were some good ones too, though, right? Excellent. Now, here's why this is key. Now, I can copy this, okay? Again, look it over, make sure it makes sense, delete what you're not going to use, and I'm not going to mess this up, but I want to show you if I put it in there, it's automatically going to separate them. So they're all already now tags. The other way, I would have had to delete each number, add a comma behind each for it to become a tag. I just showed you how I can have so many options right out of the gate, right? But I don't think I shared with you this part. I didn't see that part. So again, I'm going to paste that. Notice how it turned it into individual YouTube tags. If I did not have it comma separated, Dory, notice how at the very bottom it says Stream Deck Wizardry #1?
Yes.
vidIQ is saying that's a top search, so we should add that one. So that is a good, see, this is what I mean. It gave us options. It gave us options to put in there. We get to pick and choose. This will help optimization. Everything I've shared with you will help your optimization to help your videos get ranked a little more. I am undoing those changes because obviously I'm way over and you can only do 500 characters. But you can see how it gave me some great options to choose from, right? I may or may not want to use some of those things if it was my video, right? If, sometimes I'll go back and look at anyone's video, not just mine, but this is a great thing to look at. They're going to help you. If there's a misspelled words that are popular, it will let you know that too. So you learn titles, you learn description, you learn tags. Those are some of the biggest parts of YouTube optimization. Optimizing your videos is to help your videos get found. It's to help YouTube know what kind of audience do you need? What might they be searching for that we would want to put this video in front of them? Okay, so those are key things to understand, like what it is that you're trying to do. Okay, so now let me make sure I'm covering my notes. Okay, one more thing that I wanted to share with you, and again, I've shared this with you before, but I've used it a lot more in a particular way. So I wanted to share it again. Maybe you're typing up emails, you're sending referrals. I'm in networking. I'm in business networking, right? So I'm a lot of business to business. I want to sound professional on a lot of things. I don't want to come across as, I don't care about being a professional, right? I do care. So sometimes my emails, I'm a good speller. I'm great. I can catch spelling errors really fast, but I don't always sound the most professional. So I use a cheat tool called goblin.tools. And I'm going to share that with you as well. Again, we have done this before on this channel. Okay. And it's, if you are doing any type of writing and you want to make sure that everything comes across right, this is a great tool. But not only that, maybe you want to judge the tone of your voice. Am I coming across too demanding? Because let's be real, the way we write our messages is not always received that way. This is a great way to check that out. Now, again, I don't remember what episode I shared this on. This has been a number of months ago, but I wanted to share it again. But this formalizer, this is where I'll already type the email. Then I'll copy it and I'll put it in here. And I'll just paste it in here. Okay. And I'm just going to type up something just really quick. Hello, Kevin and Dory, I just wanted to share that I have loved partnering with you guys, and look forward to 2025 or 4. Let me know what you think about all of that. Okay, I'm just simple, quick right there, right? Now, I can make it sound more professional, more polite, less snarky, easier to read, any of those, okay? We're going to keep it under professional. How strongly do I want this text to come across? 5 being, I want this thing, I want it to do all of it, make this sound as professional as possible. Sometimes it almost sounds way too professional. Let's do that one first, okay? So it literally, dear Kevin and Dory, I would like to take this opportunity to express my utmost satisfaction in our collaborative efforts thus far and my enthusiasm for the prosperous year ahead in 2024. That I would not send it like that. I'm struggling to get those words out. I want it to sound a little more like me. So I'm probably going to go down to a 3. 3 tamales. All right. 3 hot peppers, whatever they are. All right. Dear Kevin and Dory, I wanted to take a moment to express my admiration for our partnership and my anticipation for the upcoming year. I value our collaboration and am excited for what, like, yeah, easy, simple. I'm okay with that. Okay, it literally, now granted, we're friends. So that first one, I would have sent it to Kevin and Dory, no problem. But if I wanted it to come across more professional and I had a lot more sentences, maybe even a few more paragraphs, literally, I made an introduction. This is how I use it in business a lot, a business network. And I made an introduction to a friend, right? Hey, Mark, this is such and such. I want, and I think you too, blah, 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 like 3 paragraphs long, 2 paragraphs long, right? Copied it, came over here, pasted it, and put it on the 3 tamales, and boom. Exactly what it gave me was perfect. All I had to do was put my name in there at the end. All right. It made it easier. I know for a fact, one of those people that I sent that email to, I know that it means something to him on how professional this introduction comes across. So I take that serious, right? So if you're a business person or if you're a person that's a content creator and you want your content to come across the right way and you question things, use the formalizer and use the judge. The judge, put it in whatever you're about to put and see how does it come across. Am I sounding a little snarky, a little rude? Should I take off a little bit? It will be the judge for you. So, my friends, those are the tools that I wanted to share with you. And I basically took you behind the scenes on what I do almost every single day, whether it's my content, clients' content, or I'm using this goblin.tools to share. And so that's why it's key that as you're going out there, look at all these great things. And that goblin.tools, one of the things I've learned about them is they don't plan on ever putting a price on it. So that's why I wanted to share that with you. Whereas all this AI stuff, it's starting to get priced, right? And great stuff, it's worth it, but there's so many of it, right? But this one here is a tool that you would use all the time. And it, from what I can tell, has no intentions of becoming a paywall or anything. So that's what I have for you guys. Let me know, because you, Kevin, Dory, you guys both, you use this stuff all the time, just like I do. So I'm curious, did you get any value from what I shared this evening?
Well, absolutely. Whenever you talk about AI, my ears always perk up because there, like you said, there's so many new tools coming out there to help you save time, save money, save aggravation as well. So whenever I hear about it, I just want to dive in and absorb, be like a sponge, just absorb all the information. I definitely love how it helps create engaging titles, the tool that you were using. And I always love that you can always ask for multiple results and then you can sort of pick and choose. It's like, does this sound like me or does it sound way off in left field, like not even remotely close to anything that I would say? So it fits along with your sound, your brand, and your voice that you're giving for your channel. Um, but I really had to chuckle. The goblin.tools email that you sent, that first one, just totally didn't sound like you at all if you were going to send it to us. But
Little
I
too
love how
funny.
Exactly.
you, but yeah, using that formalizer, being able to adjust it. Yeah, the content is all there, but it's just choosing the words in a different method. So, yeah, definitely, I think I will be using that goblin.tools in the future as well. So, Dory, what about you? Did you learn anything new from Manny today?
Well, being reminded about goblin.tools was definitely something because I that had long since left the membrane up in the old cranium here. And I kind of love that because I don't know if you guys know this about me or not, but I can be somewhat sarcastic. And
Really?
maybe sometimes that sarcasm isn't called for. Maybe if I'm talking to someone that hasn't quite gotten to know D-Spence yet. Um, so I love that idea. Now, that actually, though, brings me to one of the things that I absolutely love about AI. And that is that you can continue to ask whatever AI program you're using, ChatGPT, the one you demonstrated tonight, Manny, you can continue to ask the software to tweak your prompt so it fits a certain voice, it fits a certain genre, a certain personality type. I absolutely love that. So one of the things that I do when I'm writing my video descriptions is I will ask it for titles, and then I'll pick one that I really like. Then I'll ask it to write me a description based on, and I'll put in like, these are the 3 points I want to hit on in the video. And it'll generate this beautiful description. And then I will say, okay, rewrite it in more of my sarcastic, quirky personality. And it does. Because the more that you use the software, the more it recognizes and picks up on your like traits, and not in a weird way. I'm not talking like Skynet here. I'm talking like it will pick up your voice and the way you write and certain things, and it will start to use that back in the prompts and the descriptions that you're requesting from it. So I absolutely love that. Now, as far as the video tags, I actually use ChatGPT to generate my video tags, and I have a very specific prompt that I use, which helps with some of those issues of creating hashtags on separate lines and so on and so forth. So the prompt that I always give when I'm looking for my video tags is, please give me, and yes, I say please, I'm polite to my ChatGPT. Please give me a list of YouTube keyword tags for this video that are separated by a comma and do not exceed a maximum of 500 characters total. Because as we know, YouTube doesn't allow you to exceed 500 characters in the tag area. So it is really good about following that prompt. Since I started being incredibly mindful and specific, I never have to delete tags. It always keeps it under that 500 character limit for me. So I had a lot of takeaways tonight, Manny, but one thing I do want to ask, can you tell us the actual name of the software or the website in case people do want to check it out, even though it is a paid option? Can you maybe drop that and we can share that out with our audience in case they want to?
Absolutely.
Okay. And in the meantime, I'm going to scroll up because we do have quite a number of comments here I do want to get to. So Anna mentioned early on that ChatGPT has become a very helpful time saver for her. And I could not agree more on that, Anna. Could not agree more. One of the things that you mentioned that I think is worth repeating too is you mentioned about prompts. Like what you put in, the quality of what you put in is the quality of what you're going to get out. So if you're someone who expects AI to work miracles, don't necessarily think it's there yet. I don't know if you two feel differently on that, but I feel like the higher quality prompt you put in, the higher quality output you're going to get. Do you two have any thoughts specifically on that?
I would agree with you 100%. I think that's what you're very good at, and in where you're able to go so much more deeper, like when you did the last week with the AI person on the thumbnail and the
Oh yeah.
prompt that you gave Canva. I mean, like when you were sharing the prompt with us, I was like, man, she went deep, right? I even tried to copy your prompt. I'm not gonna lie, try to copy it later, and I don't know, I didn't get didn't get what you were getting, but that's
You didn't
how
get the
it takes
wizard?
practice. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
don't even know what I was getting there, but I don't. But you were so thorough in how deep and what you wanted all the way down to the specifics. And I think that's where the power comes in using that particular. It's, I mean, you say it's not like a miracle thing yet. Right now, I feel like it is a miracle thing because it has changed the way my approach on a lot of this stuff. Like, it's never been easier to come up with content, but
That's
it's
fair.
not even touched the iceberg. It's not even close to where this thing is going.
True. True. Um, Now we have someone that looks new joining us tonight. I'm not sure how he found us. He's on Facebook, but he has a few questions for us. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit this all on the screen. Oh, it did show up. Okay. So let's go through this systematically here. So have you ever used AI to help you create the following in the YouTube or Facebook live stream description? And he's specifically referencing for worship and Bible study and Sunday school. So I guess he's asking if we've used AI to help create like the actual descriptions for our shows.
I have used it for the actual descriptions of pretty much all of our shows.
And same with myself is I use that, and once again, it's reviewing and making sure that it sounds like the voice or the brand that we are all about. So,
Right.
yeah, I have used it though.
And he went on to share some personal experiences with AI. I think these are really valuable. He's used AI to give a good summary of the worship experience after the fact. And it's helped to give thumbnail topics and kind of like an A and B comparison, which I love. And I think that's a really valuable use of AI for sure. And okay, so he's asking about time markers. I would love to use this interpretation to help to create time markers. So I'm wondering if,
I
Albert, if you're still
actually
here.
it's interesting that he brought that up because
Okay.
for my true crime channel, sometimes I will ask it to write me a script and it will include a time marker. Literally, it will like this long is how long you should be on this section and how long you should be like it ought. Again, I use that AI and I don't know what I use. It's supposed to be picking between Chat GPT 4, 3, whatever, so many different options, picking the best option for me. So I know that it has given me the time markers automatically and I didn't really pay attention to it, but it's interesting that he asked about that.
Yeah, so I wonder if I don't ever put time and chapter markers on my video descriptions, but I'm I'm sure that I read that the process is if you add them to your description, they generate as time marker links in your description. Would either of you have any?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
First you got to
Okay.
start with 000.
Okay. Hopefully, Albert, that answered that question. And he did mention something about formalizer, Manny, when you talked about Goblin tools. When he set up Bard, he asked the AI to give him 3 drafts right out of the gate. So instead of going back and reading it and then asking it to redo it or changing your hot tamales on Goblin tools, he asked for 3 different versions right out of the gate. That's really smart, actually. Then you can
Yeah,
kind of read the draft that you like.
that is
Um,
very, very good.
and Anna says she really wants to check out Goblin. She seems like that's a game changer.
I
Um,
love it.
oh, okay, Albert. I'm glad to know that I'm not the only one who talks to my computer like it's a person. He
You make
says
me feel
thank you.
bad here. I'm like, write this, write that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm losing my voice. Yeah, I definitely say thank you and give it feedback for sure. Okay, so you dropped the link there, Manny. If people want to check out that AI tool that Manny was using, it is in the link. It's in the comments of the YouTube video if you want to hop over there and check it out. Um, and oh, Albert, oh my gosh, he received the invite from me. Sorry, I didn't realize. It was on my personal profile, so it must have sent out to all my peeps out there. And your picture is this teeny tiny on my screen, so I couldn't see who it was. So I really, really, really think find an AI tool that works for you. And right now, there are a lot of free options, but as Manny pointed out, and as we are quickly seeing, things are becoming behind paywalls left and right. So if you can jump on something that maybe is a one-time fee that works for you, maybe you bite the bullet now so that it saves you a bunch of money in the future if it's something that you think you want to use. I don't know about you, Kevin. Do you think you're going to stop using AI?
Absolutely not. It's just
How
too
about
good. It just is so it saves time and helps with the creativity for content.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And it sounds like Manny, you're not going anywhere in the AI world.
Nope, 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 nope. I'm staying
No.
right here.
And I definitely am not. So thank you to those of us, or to those of you who joined us tonight. And I think with that, it is about time to wrap it up.
My friends, I hope you got some value from this training tonight. And I want to share something else that can add a little more value in reference to what you just learned. So I did a video back in September 17th of this year creating bulk content in minutes with Canva and Chat GPT. We went really deep on that. The link will be posted below, so make sure you check that out if you want to take it to the next level, because we really broke down how you can even bring out the spreadsheets and let it do the heavy lifting for you.
And so, if you enjoy content like this and are finding it useful, we would absolutely love it if you would like and subscribe. Sharing our content is a great way to spread the love. Visit our website for more information on all the ways you can connect with us. It is linktree/content creators connect. It is right on over there on your screen. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Drop down into the comments below and let us know what kind of content you would love to see us cover in the future.
And with that, I want to say thank you for joining Content Creators Connect, aka C3 tonight, as we saw Manny talk about the ways to unlock the power of AI. So next Sunday, join us at 8 p.m. Eastern, where I'll be away, but fear not, we have an exciting guest joining. Anna Zagari is an outstanding peer from our C3 audience. Anna will be alongside our C3 team discussing her journey as a content creator and sharing valuable insights. So tune in for our live multicast on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Until then, we urge you to identify and lean into your 3 C's. Start today creating unique content that builds connections and breaks down those barriers. Have a good week.
See you next
Bye-bye.
week.